You're watching the King of Racing YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be covering the 2021 Juddmonte International Stakes, a major race that is going on tomorrow at about 3:35 British Summer Time and about 10:45 Eastern Time, or 10:35 Eastern Time in the United States. This is a major qualification race for the Breeders' Cup Classic, which is a $6 million race that's going to be run in early November at Del Mar Racetrack in San Diego. So I will read off the 7 runners in this race, and I'll go one by one through all of the runners and analyze their chance of winning the race and how I think the horse is going to finish. So we have number 1, Juan Elcano, which is 33 to 1 opening odds. Number 2, Mishriff, 7 to 4 opening odds. Number 3, Love, 10 to 3 opening odds. Number 4, Alenker, 12 to 1 opening odds. Number 5, Max Swinney, 16 to 1 opening odds. Number 6, Mohafeth, 6 to 1 opening odds, and number 7, Alcohol Free at 5 to 1 opening odds. Number 1 in this race is Juan Elcano. He is from Great Britain, and he is ridden by Andrea Atzeni and trained by Kevin Ryan. In his most recent performance, he ran at the Sky Bet York Stakes, which is a Grade 2 race at York. So the same racetrack that is going on tomorrow on July 24th, and he came in second place, which is a pretty good performance there. And then he came in first place at Wolferton Stakes on June 15th at Ascot, and then but sixth place at the Unibet Doncaster Mile on March 27th, and then all the way last year at York, he came in 8th place. So he's raced 3 times this year, bringing in $97,000 this year and $158,000 in his career. Juan Elcano, unfortunately, has a lower caliber of horses that he has raced against than some of the horses in this race, and he has a little bit less to show for it, less earnings throughout his career, and not as good of a recent record, especially considering that 6th place performance and that 8th place performance coming up within his past 4 races. So that is why I am placing Juan Elcano as my 6th pick in this race. I think this horse is going to come in 6th place. Number 2 in this race is Mishriff. Mishriff is from Ireland and arguably one of the best horses in the entire world. Mishriff has brought in $14 million over his entire career and $13 million in this year alone. Mishriff has run in 4 races this year and is ridden by David Egan and trained by John and Thaddy Gosden. However, despite being the 7 to 4 favorite in this race, I am not picking Mishriff to win this race, simply because of Mishriff's recent performances. The reason that Mishriff has so much prize money and clout in his recent races is because the 2 first place performances in the highly prized Saudi Cup at the King Abdul Aziz Racecourse, and then the Dubai Shima Classic in the Meydan Racecourse, where he both came in first place in both those races in February and March. However, in his most recent races, not that these are terrible performances, which is why I'm picking this horse to come in 5th place and not anywhere lower than that, is the Coral Eclipse Stakes, coming in 3rd place at Sandown Park on July 3rd, and then on July 24th at Ascot, he came in 2nd place in the King George VI and Queen Elizabeth Stakes. So, this horse is not a bad horse by any means. He's one of the best in the entire world, but I don't like his recent form, and that may be a very controversial thing to say. However, I don't like this horse's recent form. I don't think this is I would not be surprised if this horse wins this race. However, if you're looking for a better price, certainly, on another horse, I would take that option over Mishriff in this race for tomorrow. So Mishriff is my 5th selection in this race. The number 3 horse in this race is Love, another horse out of Ireland. She has performed very well in her entire career, winning 7 out of 12 starts, and she has raked in $1.6 million over her entire career, but $688,000 of those dollars coming in 2021. She's ridden by Ryan Moore and trained by Aidan O'Brien. And in her most recent performance, she came in 3rd place at the King George VI and Queen Elizabeth Stakes, right behind Mishriff at Ascot on July 24th. And before that, she won 4 races in a row, ranging from June 7th, 2020 at Newmarket all the way to June 16th, 2021 at Ascot. She's raced 2 times this year, coming in 1st place at Ascot in the Prince of Wales' Stakes, and then 3rd place at the King George and Queen Elizabeth Stakes at Ascot. So she runs pretty well, and definitely earlier on in her career when she ran 4 first-place performances in a row. Coming off the 3rd place at Ascot, that's not really a particularly good sign for me. I think that that could push her down on my rankings. However, I think she is still a top contender, having come in first place in those 4 races in a row. So Love is going to be my third selection in this race. The number 4 horse is Alencour out of France. The jockey is James Doyle, and trained by William Haggis. And this horse has run 5 times in his entire career. He's come in third place once, second place once, and first place 3 times, raking in $264,000. 3 of those starts and 2 of those first place performances have been in the year 2021. And he has run in third place in the Grand Prix of Paris at Longchamp on July 14th, and then first place at Ascot on June 18th in the King Edward VII Stakes. And then the Bet 365 Classic Trial Grade 3 race, he also came in first place on April 23rd at Sandown Park. So he has 2 first place performances under his belt this year, but then coming off of the third place in Paris at July 14th, excuse me. So based on that lower earnings amount and the third place performance, so when I'm comparing this horse to Love, the number 3 horse, I would have to say it's just slightly lower, so this is my 4th selection for this race, fitting the number. The number 5 horse in the race is Mac Swiney, not sure how you're supposed to say that one. And this is a horse out of Ireland, and this horse has run not particularly well recently. He ran 6th place at the Irish Derby in Curragh on June 26th, and then 4th place at the Epsom Derby at the Epsom Downs on June 5th. First place at the Irish 2000 Guineas at Curragh on May 22nd, which is pretty good, but those 6th and 4th place performances are the worst ones in this entire race, so that's why I'm going to give this horse my 7th selection. The number 6 in this race is Mohafeth. Mohafeth is out of Ireland, and he has run 7 times in his career and come in first place 4 times, and all 4 of those times came in 2021. So running pretty well recently. $125,000 raked in his entire career, and he's ridden by Jim Crowley. And he came in first place for 4 races in a row, and it was all in 2021. First starting at the novice weight for age at a Linkfield, came in first place there, and then a handicap at Newmarket, first place there. Up to the stakes races, Betfair Newmarket Stakes came in first place on May 1st, the day of the Derby. And on June 17th, the Hampton Court Stakes Grade 3 race, he came in first place as well at Ascot. A little bit of a worse performance, third place at the Sky Bet York Stakes, a Grade 2 race, but you can't expect perfection forever for most horses. So you see on July 24th, third place in that stakes race, but 4 wins in a row. A very consistent horse, I would say, generally speaking, across his entire career, and a high win percentage, especially for 2021. So that is why Mohafeth is going to be my number 2 pick for this race. The final horse in this race is the number 7, Alcohol Free. And Alcohol Free is what I think is the strongest horse in this race. She has run 8 times in her career, came in first place 5 times, bringing in $1.3 million. 1.2 of those million have come in 2021 with 3 first place wins, and she is the only horse in the race coming off of a victory. So in 2021, June 18th, she has run a lot recently, which is, I think, a good sign because she's continued to run well. And she came in first place at the Coronation Grade 1 Stakes at Ascot on June 18th. She came in third place at the Falmouth Stakes Grade 1 at Newmarket on July 9th, which is a not as good of a performance, but then she bounced back pretty well at the Qatar Sussex Stakes it's a Grade 1 race on July 28th at Goodwood. So that is what I'm really looking for here, is that she came in first place in her most recent performance. She's the second favorite according to the betting odds at 5-1, and I think that's going to bode well for her because she has a higher price and a better recent performance record than a favorite horse like Mishriff. I would not be surprised if Mishriff wins this race at all. I will not be shocked. However, this horse, Alcohol Free, looks pretty good on paper. She runs pretty well. She's won big races recently, and she's not the favorite in this race. So look to Alcohol Free as a horse in which you could get a better price for. So my final rankings for this race, number 7 is Mac Swinney, number 6 Juan Elcano, number 5 Mishriff, number 4 Alenker, number 3 Love, number 2 Mohafeth, and number 1 my pick to win this race, Alcohol Free. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button down below and subscribe to this channel. I wish you luck with your bets tomorrow in the Juddmonte International Stakes, which is an important qualification race for the Breeders' Cup. And I look forward to covering more of these Breeders' Cup qualifying races and more races in the United Kingdom as we come closer to the Breeders' Cup. There's another race going on there this week. And then, of course, we have the Pacific Classic and the Del Mar Handicap on Saturday. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe, comment below if you'd like, and like this video. Thank you.